Good afternoon, everyone here. I, as the fourth speaker of the negative team, would like to say good afternoon to my teammates, the affirmative team, the panelists, and everyone here. Today, as the fourth speaker, I debate that our team proposes that the motion that only adults should be allowed to use social media should fall. Why? I'm going to first of all give some rebuttals to what the fourth speaker and what all the speakers from the affirmative has said. So almost all speakers from the affirmative team stated the researches that show that teens, youths are being affected badly by social media. But aren't they aware? Aren't they aware that the first idea that my team proposes is that we should educate people, we should educate the children to learn how to use social media and how to resist against insults. We should teach them that, and that would be a much better alternative than just banning. Also, this rebuttal would also bolster to the second and third idea of my team, whereas children would learn more from more social media interactions. From all of these rebuttals, the concept, as well as all the researches and the quotes that were listed, they were all basically focusing on one fact: adults. They generalize adults as ones who are more mature and more mentally stable than children. Aren't they aware that some people are also very mentally strong? They cannot do that generalization, and some adults are very weak. Some adults are still very mentally weak. Therefore, that comes to the main points of my team. First, the first speaker of my team has mentioned about education rather than banning social media for children. The second speaker mentioned on how using social media would develop children's skills. And the third speaker listed why banning social media would lead to the lack of certain advantages that we already have. And therefore, as the fourth speaker of the negative team, I strongly urge you all to have this motion that adults should only be able to only adults should be allowed to use social media to fall. Thank you.